I don't know exactly what it is, but there's just something about being on or around the water that people enjoy, whether it's out there on a boat, whether you're even by the beach, or, well, I guess in this case you can even be on dry land. Welcome back, crew, to this episode of Googans of the Week. Now, one of these Googans finds a way to do both, enjoy the boat and the water.
Oh, jeez. I mean, what are you doing, you absolute clowns?
Now, I've got a feeling these Googans wish they would have made a different choice instead of getting it out on the water this day, and maybe they would have just stayed on land, but somehow they found their way back to land anyway. This one really is a wild situation. This yacht was coming in to look at a famous cliff diving location, and all of a sudden, lost power and wound up in the spot we see here. Now, I know seeing a yacht in a situation like this can be a little shocking, but no more shocking than our next scene.
You okay?
Touch the cable! Get out! Touch the cable!
Fortunately, the guy's okay, winds up getting off the boat, but next time he won't park so close to the power line. Speaking of parking so close to something, you shouldn't park in somebody else's spot. They might just come back and take it. And you definitely shouldn't ride too close to somebody else out on the water. Things can go wrong in that spot too. Now, sometimes in boating, we'll do things a little prematurely. Now, in this spot, several things went wrong and several things went a little premature. First, our guy got up into the bow way too quick as they were still way too far away from the dock, but I think he thought he was going to go ahead and try and make a leap for it. And of course, Cap wasn't ready for it, so prematurely he hit that throttle to back off the dock, and well, the combo results in this. Now, initially, his crew was trying to pull him back into the boat, but he quickly decides to go ahead and swim for it. I'd probably do the same instead of getting back on board with Captain, and winds up swimming over here, climbing on somebody else's boat and getting out. But they're not done yet, as they're still not on the dock, and it's actually interesting because even with help on the dock now, they're still struggling as the boat's still pulling away as our guy's trying to pull it in. Now, of course, this is just all part of that summertime fun of getting out there and boating. Now, of course, summertime's coming to a close, and that means the season for some boaters is starting to come to an end, especially those in northern states as the temps are starting to cool off. Now, don't get me wrong, many of you northern boys will get out there and try and extend that season, but that one doesn't always work out for you. Now, some of you will go ahead and put the boats away for the season as winter rolls in, and you'll find different modes of transportation or different things to do out there on the water. So instead of taking the boat, maybe you'll go ahead and take the car out on the lake, or instead of taking the jet ski out, maybe you'll go ahead and get the snowmobile. Now, while the northern boys are typically putting the boats away for the winter, down south, we don't necessarily put the boats away, but what winds up happening is that weather winds up turning and we don't get as many days that are conducive for boating. And sometimes when that happens, things, well, they can just get out of hand. But don't get me wrong, around the holidays and Christmas, we still like to get out there and do things, kind of like we see here. This crew winds up putting up this Christmas tree out on the water every single year, but bad weather had other plans for it this year. Now, it's not just in the south where the weather can really hinder. As we already mentioned, up north the weather can hinder as well. But one of the things that can happen up north that doesn't happen in the south is going to be situations like this. Let me know in the comments, were these boats left in the water on purpose? That doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but I'm not 100% sure as I don't live in this environment.
I know. Hear it. That's a big old piece. Head right towards it.
Now I know sometimes winter comes in fast, so maybe they meant to pull the boats out and they just couldn't find the time or they didn't have the proper equipment to pull the boat out. Kind of like this crew here. They're pulling this vessel out. This trailer seems a little short. Let me know in the comments on this one as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this trailer is specifically built for this type of boat. Now, of course, it's not just small boats that make mistakes out on the water. The big boys, they make mistakes as well, kind of like we see here, where these two cargo ships have actually collided in the port. And as you're about to see, as they try and separate the two, things don't go well. Now, at least in this situation, we have like-matched vessels. In other words, these are both big cargo ships, so yes, the damage can be exorbitant, but they're gonna handle each other a little better than, let's say, a larger vessel interacting with a smaller vessel, like we're about to see in the next scene. Here we're about to see rescue crews going to help somebody out, as a cruise ship passed their personal watercraft and wound up sinking it.
I see something right there where you guys are approaching that buoy. Yeah, we've got two people on the international. Yep, we saw them as well as you guys were heading to it.
Fortunately, in this situation, they were close enough to a buoy to be able to go over, swim to it, make the call for help, and wait on help to arrive. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.